Hi folks, this is Kai from Raising the Bar, and um, today I'm going to talk about exercise 2-3. Exercise 2-3 is very important. You have to do it by hand, and actually my subject will be slightly different. I want to show you how to use the power of Excel to simplify some steps in that exercise. In exercise 2-3, you are supposed to collect the data on the binomial by hand. But a couple of steps here can be automated, and this is what I want to show you in Excel. I want to start with that with the simulated binomial that I finished last time. Okay, it's exactly the same spreadsheet. So what do we do here? In this cell, in the first 10 cells in column A, we have 10 observations on the coin. In the last cell, A11, we have one observation on the binomial, okay? But I want to generate many observations on the binomial, like suppose 20, okay? So what can I do in order to do that? I can copy this value, A9, from A11, copy, and then paste somewhere here where I want to my observations on the binomial, but I want to have just a value, not a formula. Okay, if I right now press Ctrl V to paste, okay, oops, I'm sorry. So I copy it from here, Control copy, okay, and then here I want to paste just the value, and in order to do this, we have to go to paste special. And I have a button which is ready here, paste only values. Okay, there it is. The previous value that we had here, 7, now has been copied to cell F1, and in cell A11 we have a new value. Okay, so if I want to collect 20 observations on the binomial, I have to do this 20 times. Okay, and I don't like repetitive tasks. I better think about um, using macros in order to do this. So this is what I want to do. First, I put here a reference to cell A11 where I have simulated values of the binomial. Okay, there is a reference, and I don't want this reference to be changed. And in order to fix that reference, we need to put the dollar signs in front of A and in front of 11. An easy way to do this is to press F4. So I'm pressing F4, and now you see $A, $11, which means that neither the reference to the column nor the reference to the row will change. Okay, so right now my value in F1 repeats exactly what I have in A11. Okay, and then I copy this by dragging this small square down to 20 cells here. No wonder all these values will be the same, because all of them are exact copies of the value in 7. Okay, but then I want to do the following. For each of those cells, I want to recalculate by pressing F9, and then I want to copy that value, and I want to paste just the value, not the formula. Okay, and since I have to do it 20 times, I don't like doing by hand. I want to use macros, and this is very easy to do. For any repetitive tasks that you have to do in Excel or more generally in Microsoft Office, you can use this way. This is what you do. On the View tab, you can see here on the right, macros. Okay, so you press this button, macros, and then you can see the option, record macro. I am pressing that option, and it suggests the name of the macro, macro2, doesn't matter, whatever. And then in order to facilitate the using of this macro, I press for the shortcut key, for example, R. In my shortcut will be Control R. R for repeat. Control, repeat, control, repeat. Okay? And then I say OK. Now, whatever I am doing will be recorded in that macro. Okay? So this is what I want to do. first I recalculated everything by pressing F9, okay, and then I press Ctrl C to copy, Ctrl C, okay, and then I press this button to paste just the value, okay, and you can see here in the formula bar that now this is just a formula. There is no reference to 11.5 A11, okay, and that's it. Now I want to stop recording the macro, so I go here and say stop recording, and in all other cells I still have references to that original cell A11 where I have my binomial variable simulated. But now that I have that macro, I just can press Ctrl R. First I place the cursor in the second cell, and then I press Ctrl R. Okay, so the number is recalculated and then pasted as just as a number, not as a formula. And then I do this for all other cells. You can see the result, and this will be much faster than doing this all by hand. Okay, so I have here 20 observations on the binomial variable. In column A, I have 10 observations on the column on the coin, and in column F, I have 20 observations on the binomial. Now, I want to collect statistical data in a histogram about this data, and the way to do it is to use data analysis. Okay, so that data analysis should be available here on the data tab, but it is not here. You cannot find it. If it is not here, you have to go to Options, File, Options, okay, and then Add-ins. Press this Add-ins, and then down below you see Manage Excel Add-ins. Okay, say Go, and there are different add-ins. The one that we need right now is this one, the first one, Analysis Tool Pack. I press OK. Put a check mark, then press OK, and then you see here on the right, in the data tab on the right, there is data analysis. Okay, so before going to data analysis, I need to create bins. Bins will determine the groups of observations. The bins in my case would be like this. I know that the lowest possible value for the binomial that I'm observing now is 0. Okay, the next possible value is 1, and so on up to 10. The highest value is 10. So I want to create bins which comprise all those possible values. In order to do that, I select the first two cells where I put manually 0 and 1, and then drag this down. Then the other numbers will be created automatically, okay, up to 10 here. So here I have the bins. This is necessary in order to use that data analysis, okay. Then go to data analysis, and here you can see one of the options is histogram. I want to create a histogram of the values, and then say OK, okay, and there are some options. First, the input range contains all the observations on the binomial that we have created here, okay. Then the bin range contains those separating values for the bins that we created here. What else? I want to define output range. I don't want a new worksheet. I just want to define the output range right here in this spreadsheet. And for the first cell of the output range, let us choose, for example, this cell, I1. What else? Among other things, I would like to see also chat output. This will be our histogram, okay? And then press OK. Here is the result. What I see here, two representations of the same information. In the table, I see the frequency table, and these are absolute frequencies. And on the histogram, I see a graphical representation of the same table. Okay, so this there are no the last line in the table tells us that there are no values higher than 10. Okay, usually we don't do this. So let me erase this. Okay, and that's it. Okay, this is all I wanted to show you today. Thank you. See you next time.